For years I believed that making compost was the holy grail of gardening. I spent hours piling up kitchen scraps, turning heavy heaps, watering, waiting, and battling with half-rotted lumps that sometimes smelled more like a swamp than the black gold I was promised. But then I discovered a method so simple and effective that it changed everything. No more backbreaking turning, no more waiting months for finished compost. This lazy trick works faster, is cleaner, and feeds the soil better than any compost pile ever could. And once you learn it, you'll never go back to the old way either. Compost has its place, but let's be honest, it's not for everyone. Building the perfect compost pile is an art. It requires the right balance of green and brown materials, constant monitoring of moisture, and plenty of labor. If it gets too wet, it stinks. If it dries out, it stalls. And worst of all, the nutrients are often locked up until the pile has fully broken down, which can take 6 months or more. In that time, your soil is starving while you wait for the pile to finish cooking. That's why I ditched compost for good and replaced it with a method that puts nutrients directly into the soil immediately. The secret is called fermented plant juice, sometimes known as a natural liquid fertilizer. Instead of waiting months for compost, this method creates a nutrient-rich liquid in just 7 to 10 days. It's like compost tea, but faster, more potent, and, honestly, incredibly simple. You don't need a pile, you don't need to turn anything, and you don't need fancy tools. All you really need is a container, some sugar, and the right plant materials. Here's how it works. Beneficial microbes feed on sugar and plant matter, breaking it down quickly into a liquid packed with enzymes, minerals, and natural growth hormones. When you dilute it with water and pour it into your garden, the soil just drinks it up instantly. Plants respond almost overnight with greener leaves, stronger roots, and honestly, noticeably faster growth. The exact recipe that beats compost every single time. To make this powerful soil booster, all you need are 3 simple ingredients. First, fresh green plant material, young leaves, grass clippings, or fast-growing weeds like comfrey, alfalfa, or nettle. These are really packed with nutrients. Second, brown sugar. This feeds the microbes and preserves the mixture. And third, water, to dilute the concentrate before you use it. The formula is, well, pretty precise. Take 1 kilogram, that's about 2.2 pounds of chopped green material, and mix it with 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of brown sugar. Place the mixture in a clean plastic container or bucket. Press it down lightly, cover with a breathable cloth or a loose lid, and let it sit in a shaded place for 7 days. During this time, the sugar pulls out the plant juices while microbes multiply rapidly. The result is a dark, sweet-smelling concentrate. When it's ready, strain the liquid into bottles. This is your concentrate. To use it in the garden, dilute 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of the concentrate in 1 liter of water. For larger batches, mix 200 milliliters of concentrate in 10 liters of water. Why this lazy trick works better than compost. Unlike compost, which locks nutrients in a pile until fully decomposed, fermented plant juice delivers nutrition instantly. Plants don't wait for months, they get their food right away. The sugars and enzymes stimulate beneficial microbes in the soil, which in turn improve structure, aeration, and water retention. Another reason it outshines compost is efficiency. With compost, you lose a lot of nutrients through heat, leaching, and gas as the pile breaks down. With fermentation, nearly everything stays in the liquid and ends up directly in the soil. Nothing is wasted. And perhaps the biggest reason is ease. No wheelbarrows, no turning, no long waiting, just a bucket, a bit of sugar, and a week of patience. You know, anyone can do it, whether you have a backyard garden or just a few pots on a balcony, and here's how to use it for maximum results. This fertilizer works in almost every part of the garden. Just pour it directly into the soil at the base of vegetables for faster growth and, honestly, higher yields. You can spray it on the leaves of fruit trees to encourage flowering and fruiting, and Yeah, use it on seedlings to reduce transplant shock. Even tired soil that has been overworked, well, it springs back to life after just a few applications. For best results, you'll want to apply it once a week during the growing season. Because it's gentle and natural, there's really no risk of burning your plants. Instead, you'll start to notice stronger stems, lush green leaves, and, better harvests. Many gardeners also find that pest and disease problems are reduced, since healthy, vigorous plants naturally resist attacks. Turning garden waste into liquid gold, now that's something special. Another advantage of this method is that it helps you recycle waste without the hassle of composting. So every time you trim your garden, instead of just tossing weeds or grass clippings onto a compost pile, you can ferment them into liquid fertilizer. In this way, nothing is wasted and everything is returned directly to the soil in a form your plants can use immediately. Even kitchen scraps like vegetable peels or fruit rinds can be added to small batches, provided they're mixed with equal parts sugar. The fermentation process locks in their nutrients and prevents the foul smells that usually come with raw scraps. Why I'll never go back to compost again. Once I started using this lazy trick, my garden transformed. Plants that once struggled suddenly grew faster, greener, and stronger. The soil stayed moist longer and produced healthier crops. And best of all, I didn't spend a single hour turning piles of compost in the heat. The results spoke for themselves: more growth, less work, and healthier soil. Gardening should be joyful, not exhausting. With this simple method, I feel like I've uncovered a secret that generations of gardeners overlooked. And the truth is, once you see the results, you'll never want to make compost the old-fashioned way again either. Final thoughts. Compost may have its place, but for me, this fermented plant juice has completely replaced it. It's faster, easier, and far more effective at reviving tired soil and feeding hungry plants. All it takes is a week, a bit of sugar, and the plants you already have growing around you. The payoff is incredible and the effort is almost nothing. If you're tired of waiting months for compost, try this lazy gardener's trick instead. Your plants will reward you with lush growth, abundant harvests, and healthier soil in record time. And hey, if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Master Gardener and share this video with other gardeners. Together, we can make gardening easier, smarter, and more rewarding for everyone.